Okay, so I thought I would do a little holiday video here and tell you maybe some things that you may not have known before. You probably had an idea about Kim Solez and vision. A lot of the things I get credit for vision in were really kind of accidental. For instance, when I started the Banff classification, it was just the thing in science. I never knew that pharma companies or regulatory agencies would be interested in it. Similarly, when I started the technology and future medicine course, I probably didn't realize that it would eventually turn into things like the future and all that jazz, or that I'd end up teaching that subject matter to the entire first year medical class. So I'm not sure I deserve a lot of credit for vision in those realms, but as some of you may know, I actually have a very strong interest in vision of another type, and that's the kind of vision that comes from wearing eyeglasses and contact lenses and stuff like that. So, and I thought it's also appropriate, this is near the end of the time that Pakesh Baesha is with us. He'll be going back to India soon. And I think everybody probably wonders how much influence the fellows have here. I mean, are they just transient and they're gone and everybody forgets them, or do they actually have a sustained influence? So I wanted to tell you about Paula Blanco. She was a fellow here in the summer of 2008, and then again in 2009 through 2011. And Paula Blanco noticed that I didn't have a consistent look. That I was buying very cheap reading glasses, and they always looked different. So she would say, "Are those your new glasses? Like, was something special?" And I was thinking of how cheap these reading glasses were. And anyway, her favorite color was orange, or red orange, and we ended up. You'll notice a lot of things in cyber nephrology that are that color, a lot of things that are sort of themed around that color. That was her favorite color. Okay, then skip ahead to Raja Lu. Raja spent a lot of time here over 3 years, approximately 2013 to 2016. She kind of lived in this room right here where I'm sitting. She was here very long periods, most days. And when she left to go to the University of Calgary to continue her education there, and she wanted to kind of leave us something to remember her by. So she did two things on the same day. Actually, she finalized Asel Rakhmetova's certificate of completion of her fellowship, and so she did all the definitive things so that Asel's certificate happened. And the other thing that she did is she went with me to the optical shop on White Ave, so that finally I could have a consistent look, so that my glasses would always look the same, so that I wouldn't constantly be shocking people with different. So many of you have probably seen me wearing glasses and a certain appearance, but you might not have realized that there are three of them. So there is this pair, which these are reading glasses for like close-up work or to read books or something like that. And you may have seen me with glasses like this a lot, and they also come with a sunglass feature, so you can put these magnetic things over, but you may not have realized there are two other pairs that look identical to that. So these are for using computers, so like for more distance reading glasses, but they look absolutely the same as these. They're the same in every way except for the lenses. And then, so those two are used when I'm wearing contacts. And then when I'm not wearing contacts, I have these, which look, once again, exactly the same, but they have the power that I need when I'm not wearing contacts. So finally, I have a consistent look, and also it means that when people encounter me, they don't know whether I'm wearing contacts or not because I have the same glasses either way. And then there is the Ray-Ban Aviator sunglasses, which has sort of been a signature thing for many years. Now you may think that this is all quite trivial until you realize that my interest in glasses and sunglasses about 11, 12 years ago, I got the impression, whether it's right or not, that sunglasses are kind of a fashion item, and that people wear them in part to look good, not just because of the sun. And therefore, I wore sunglasses much more than other people. So in my family, everybody has cataracts except me, and it's only been known recently that sunlight, ultraviolet light is one of the main causes of cataracts. But so this had real consequence, and also you may know that I've established quite a good relationship with my optometrist, and he actually puts my contacts in approximately once a week, and we have a wonderful conversation that we both enjoy during that encounter. And I was realizing that I've been doing that since 2006, so it's 11 years. And so I've also written a lot of poetry about vision, about many aspects of wearing glasses and contacts. And in the optometrist's office, you can find my poems on the wall. So I would say that the conclusion of this video then is that my vision in general is overrated, that my vision related to the Banff classification, the idea that I knew in the beginning what the Banff classification would become, or that I knew what the technology and future medicine course would evolve into, that's not correct. I was surprised, as everybody else was, that Banff became the only medical standard in solid organ transplantation, that there was no competing standard. I was surprised at that. It's not something I was able to foresee. On the other hand, I'm kind of proud of my interest in vision in terms of eyeglasses, contacts, and seeing things. I think it's had many benefits, and it also shows you the way in which fellows have a long-range influence. So Paula Blanco's influence go back to 2008, and why are these glasses this shade of orange-red? And that's because that was Paula's favorite color. And why are they exactly the way they are? Well, that's because Rangelou picked this particular frame type, and so she is not very much a part of our lives now, but she wanted to make sure that she would be remembered, and certainly every time Estelle looks at her fellowship completion certificate, she thinks of Raja, and I also frequently think of Raja. So I can assure Bakash that when he leaves, he will not be forgotten, that there will be many things in the environment that will remind us of him. So that's what I wanted to tell you about Kim Solez and vision. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's see if we can bring some music back here. So anyway, there's some Christmas holiday music. This gadget plays 7 different tunes, and eventually we'll move it from cybernephrology into the main lab, and during the Christmas season, that's where it will be. So, have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.